Amen. There is a word in 1 Corinthians 15, verse 51. It says, listen, I tell you a mystery. We will not all sleep, but we will all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet. For the trumpet will sound, the dead will be raised imperishable, and we will be changed. I want to talk about Jesus is coming again. Jesus is coming again. It happened, my brothers and sisters, in a moment. It was a remarkable moment. As moments go, that one appeared no different from any other. If you could somehow pick this moment up off the timeline and examine it, it would seem a lot like the moments that have just passed while you hear these words. It came and it went. It was preceded and succeeded by many others just like it. It was one of the countless moments that have marked time since eternity became measurable. But in reality, that moment was like none other. For through the segment of time, a spectacular thing occurred. God became man. While creatures of earth walked unaware, divinity arrived. Heaven opened herself and placed her most precious one in a human womb. The omnipotent in one instant became breakable. He who had been spirit became pierceable. He who was larger than the universe became an embryo. He who sustains the world with the word chose to be dependent upon the nourishment of a young girl. God as a fetus. Holiness sleeping in a womb. The creator being created. God was given eyebrows, elbows, 2 kidneys, and a spleen. And he stretched against the walls and floated in the amniotic fluids of his mother. God came near, not as a flash of light or as an unapproachable conqueror, but as one whose first cries were heard by a peasant girl and a sleepy carpenter. The hands that first held my Lord were unmanicured, caroused and dirty. No silk, no ivory, no hype, no hoopla. Were not for shepherds, there would have been no reception. And were not for stargazers, there would have been no gifts. Angels watched as Mary changed God's diaper. The universe watched with wonder as the Almighty learned to walk. Children played in the streets with him. And had he not known that the synagogue leader of Nazareth was listening to his sermon, I don't know, Jesus could have been tone deaf. Perhaps his knees were bony. Perhaps he had pimples. Perhaps some little girl down the street had a crush on him, or vice versa. But one thing for sure, he was, while completely divine, completely human. And for 33 years, he would feel everything you or I have ever felt. He felt weak. He grew weary. He was afraid of failure. He was susceptible to wooing women. He got colds. He burped. He had a body odor. His feelings got hurt. His feet got tired. His head ached. But I know to think of him in such a light, it seems irrelevant. It's something we don't like to do. It's much easier to keep the humanity out of the incarnation, clean the manure from around the manger, and pretend he never snored or blew his nose or hit his thumb with a hammer. I know he's much easier to stomach that way, but there's something about keeping him divine that keeps him distant, packaged, and unpredictable. Don't do that. For heaven's sake, don't do it. Let him be as human as he intended to be. Let him in to the mire and muck of our world. Because only if you let him in can he pull you out. Only if you let him in can he pull you out of drugs. Only if you let him in can he pull you out of sexual promiscuity. Only if you let him in can he pull your marriage out of divorce. Only if we let him in can he pull this country out of distress. Only if we let him in. Listen to him. Listen to him. Love your neighbor. That came from one whose neighbors tried to kill him. The challenge to leave family for the gospel came from one who kissed his mother goodbye in the doorway. Pray for those who persecute you came from the lips that would soon be begging God to forgive his murderers. I am with you you always, even until the end of the world. That came from a God who did the impossible to make it all possible. It happened. That's the reason we're here. It happened. That's the reason you have the word network, is because it happened. And it happened in a moment. And I need to tell you tonight, Dr. Bryant, there's going to be another moment. This world is getting ready to see another instantaneous transformation. You see, in God becoming man, he made it possible for man to see God. The Son of God became the Son of Man in order that the sons of men might become the sons of God. And I got good news for you. When Jesus went back home to glory, he left the back door open. As a result, you and I are going to be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye. The first moment went unnoticed by the world, but you can bet your sweet September the second one will not. You're going to be riding in your car. Thoughts going to wander to some game you want to see, some meal you want to eat, when suddenly you're going to hear a sound unlike any other sound you've ever heard in your life. That sound is going to be high above you. A trumpet. A choir of trumpets you don't know, but you want to know, so you're going to pull over and get out. And as you do, you're going to see the highway has become a parking lot. Car doors will be open. People are going to be gazing into the clouds. Look, they're coming out of Walmart Supercenter. Look, they're coming out of Chili's. They're coming out of Applebee's. They're coming out of Cheddar's. They're coming out of the Cheesecake Factory. Look at them. The Little League baseball game across the street just came to a halt. Players and parents are searching the clouds. And what they're going to see and what you're going to see has never before been seen. Look, it's as if the sky was a curtain. And the drapes of the atmosphere are going to part the sky. Look, look, look. A brilliant light is going to spill onto the universe, spiking crystals of every hue ever seen, and millions more never seen. And look, 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 look. Riding on the flow will be an endless fleet of angels. They're going to pass through that curtain one myriad at a time until they occupy every square inch of the sky. The north, the south, the east, the west. Thousands of silvery wings will rise and fall in unison. And then over the sound of the trumpets, you will hear the cherubims and the seraphims chanting, holy, holy, holy. With each word is a profound reverence, and between each word is a distinct pause. Holy. Holy, holy. And then you're going to hear your voice join in the chorus. You don't know why you say the words, you just feel you got to say it. Holy. Your wife going to be saying holy. Your husband going to be saying holy. Your children are going to be saying holy. Your cousins, your aunties, your uncles are going to be saying holy. President Barack Obama, First Lady Michelle are going to be saying holy. Sasha and Malia are going to be saying holy. Vice President Biden is going to be saying holy. Former President George Bush Jr. and George Bush Sr. are going to be saying holy. Former President Bill Clinton is going to be saying holy. Future President Hillary Clinton is going to be saying holy. Jay-Z is going to say holy. Beyonce is going to say holy. Drake is going to say holy. Lil Wayne is going to say holy. Meek Mills is going to say holy. Nicki Minaj is going to say holy. Kobe Bryant is going to say holy. Stephen Curry is going to say holy. And LeBron James is going to find out who the real king is. He's going to be saying holy. Everybody just say holy. Holy. Say it now, because we're all going to say it later. And then all will be quiet. The angels are going to turn. You're going to turn. The entire world is going to turn. And there he is. The waves of light, you'll see his silhouette figure. There he is. He's going to be on top of a stallion, the stallion on top of a billowing cloud. There he is. Eyes like balls of fire, kneecap like diamonds, thighs like a rainbow. There he is on his right thigh, written King of Kings and Lord of Lords. There he is, the one who was born in poverty. Wise men brought riches to the lowliness of his cradle. There he is, the one who was born a helpless baby, but yet spoke spinning worlds into existence and sustains the mighty pillars of the universe by his own word. There he is, the one who was cradled in somebody else's crib, sailed in somebody else's boat, rode somebody else's animal, was buried in somebody else's tomb, and yet to him belong all the unsearchable riches of glory. There he is, the one who as an infant frightened a king, as a boy confused the scholars, as a man made the angry storm be still, quieted the waters, hushed the sea until it lay down upon the bosom of his gentle command. There he is, the one Herod couldn't kill, the one Satan couldn't seduce, the one sin couldn't stand, the one sinners couldn't resist, the one death couldn't destroy, and the one the grave couldn't hold. There he is, Adam's redeemer, Abel's vindicator, Noah's ark, Abraham's sacrifice, Moses' bush on fire, Joshua's battle axe, Gideon's fleece, Samson's power, David's music, Solomon's wisdom, Jeremiah's balm in Gilead, Ezekiel's wheel in the middle of a wheel. There he is. Tell your neighbor, there he is. He gonna open his mouth. He gonna tell you for himself. He's gonna say, I'm Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. He who was dead and now is alive forevermore. Will you be ready for that great day? You ought to shake somebody's hand and say, Jesus is getting ready for that great day. That great day. Oh, Lord, I got to leave y'all now, but everybody ought to be excited about the coming of the Lord. I remember my daddy, he used to run a lot of revivals, and we would go with Mama to take him to the airport, and before we got on the plane, he talked to us. He said, y'all be on your best behavior. Take care of your mama. Don't let me hear you been acting up. Do you hear me? We said, yes, sir. We watched him get on the plane, and just to show us he was gone, I'd get in trouble. And one day, I heard my mama telling daddy on me, your son Bertrand Jr., he's hard-headed. He messed up again. I don't know what's wrong with the boy, but while she was telling on me, I was walking the floor, because my dad is a big man, and he got a strong hand. And while she was telling on me, I said, Mama, when you get through telling daddy everything I did, can I talk to him? She said, he ain't happy with you right now. I said, I know, Mama, but can I talk to him? She passed me the phone. I said, yeah, Daddy, I did that. I did that too. Yes, I'm hard-headed. I'm sorry. Yeah, I messed up again. He said, listen, son, don't you do it again. Do you hear me? I said, yes, sir, Daddy. I gave Mama the phone, and I kicked up my heel, and I went on in my room. Mama came in. She said, boy, you got a lot of nerve. I said, I ain't as dumb as you think I am. Daddy's a big man. I'd rather fix it with him on the phone than let him come back and my business not be fixed. Somebody here needs to make a phone call. Somebody watching needs to make a phone call. Jesus is on his way. As you look around, it's telling you he's on his way. If we confess our sin, God is. He's ready. When you see my hands up, I'm just getting ready. When you see me reading